Hello, hello, hello. It's time for more gate Steins. My face when I go to the gate and they say, "Hey man, Steins Gate." I'm like, "Oh my god. This is the Steins Gate." Roll credits. All right. Wait, my mic. There we go. Now my mic's set. It was thanks to Izaki that I was able to get into the reception held after the ATF was over. They told me there was a dress code, so I went all the way back to my parents' house to get a suit to change into. At first, all that effort paid off as Izaki introduced me to some of the country's top researchers. Riken, Joxa, Imis, etc. That's a lot of tips. Institute of Materials Structure Science, a lab at the High Energy Accelerator Research Organization, KEC, located in Tsukuba, Ibaraki. It primarily works in using electron accelerators to investigate the structure and properties of matter. What do we got for Joxa? Joxa, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. The National Aerospace Agency of Japan, an independent administrative agency formed in October 2003 by uniting the Institute of Space and Aeronautical Science, ISAS. I don't know why that sounds like me saying nice ass. the National Aerospace Laboratory, NAL, and the National Space Development Agency, NASA. It primarily does space and aeronautical research. Its headquarters is located at the Aerospace Center in Chofu, Tokyo, and it has other space centers and observatories located all through the country, such as Usuda in Nagano, Tsukuda in Ibaraki, and Sagamihara in Kanagawa. It also has Japan's only two rocket launch pads, located in Ichinoru and Tanegashima in Kagoshima. As of March 2010, it employs around 1,500 people. Nice. Riken, the Institute of Physical and Chemical Research. Founded in 1917, it is Japan's only general natural sciences institute. Research at Riken covers a variety of fields like physics, engineering, chemistry, computational science, biology, and medicine. Its base is located in Wako City, Saitama. There are also labs in Hyogo, Kanagawa, and other locations in Japan. Riken also has research centers in America, England, and other countries. Nice. Oh. What we got? I can't believe you get to go to a fancy party, die in a fire, make fancy pants. Okay. You could have helped too, you know. But I'm jealous you get to go to a party. There's a lot of hot rich girls, right? Why is everyone using this fucking sticker? It's mostly guys, I think. Lots of older scientists. Oh, Karin, hang in there, man. Is that all you ever think about? Oh, man. But before long, Gizaki ran up to suck up to some university professor, and I was left completely abandoned. My own personal target, Dr. Leskinen, was surrounded by a bunch of famous scientists. It didn't feel like a mere student would be welcome. And so, all I did was stand around and eat from the buffet by the wall. My man.
I am Alan the Annihilator, bitch!
Me too, man. Hey, Draftkey. To be honest, I couldn't tell if the food was any good or not. Whenever my glass got empty, a smiling waiter was always around to fill it up again. And so, I found myself drinking more than I intended. My stomach was already so full it hurt. Oof. The whole place felt like it was another world.
やっぱり こういうのには向かないな。
Oh. At the exact moment I spoke, I heard a girl next to me say the exact same thing. Surprised, I looked over at her. Our eyes met. Oh.
あなた
What's up, Maho? What was a... Oh my god. Rentaro, we've been over this. What was a middle school girl doing here? And then a moment later, I realized it was Maho Hyajo. She was wearing the exact same outfit she'd been wearing during the lecture. A lab coat in a place like this? That's just what the old me would have done.
あなたは
Maho was clearly out of place. Why? Because she was still wearing her lab coat.
なんで白衣なんです？
I couldn't help but ask.
ちゃんとした服も持ってきたつもりだったのよ。
She was sure she had, but she hadn't. And that's why she was standing in the corner, trying not to attract attention.
あなた、昼間受付にいた人ね。
岡部倫太郎です。東京電機大学の学生で、伊崎ゼミで勉強してます。
I handed her one of the business cards that I'd thrown together after Izaki told me I needed them. She grabbed one of her own out of a stack and carelessly put it in my hands.
いいわ。無理に丁寧に話さなくても。
That was a huge help.
珍しい名前でしょ、私。
え、ああ、誰も読めないとか言ってたっけ？
I looked at the card and saw that the pronunciation of her name was written in unusually large letters. That was probably because of how people kept screwing it up.
沖縄ではよくある名字なんだけれどね。
沖縄出身なのか？
曽祖父と曽祖母がね、移民なのよ。私はアメリカ生まれのアメリカ育ち。
Oh.
ハーフにはあんまり見えないな。クォーター？
外れ。祖父、祖母、父、母、すべて日本人よ。DNA は生粋のジャパニーズ。
I'm pretty sure we know what DNA is, but just in case. Oh god, I forgot that they used that big freaking word for the long word of it. Fuck, man. Deoxyribonucleic acid, commonly called genes, it is structured like a double helix and consists of 4 bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine, all of which are paired off with one another. The nature of these base pairings determines the genetic information of a creature, and the number of base varies by species. In the case of humans, that number is 3.1 billion. Jeez.
へえ。
And then the conversation stopped. Very nice. I'm a terrible conversationalist, honestly. The old me would have gone full Chunibyo and started ranting about conspiracies and magic powers, whether the other person cared or not, but you can't really call that a conversation. We know what Chunibyo is, but we'll read it again. Literally 8th grader's disease. This term refers to the slightly unusual actions and speech patterns commonly used by Japanese boys going through puberty. It can also be used as a pejorative term toward people who left puberty a long time ago, but still say highly embarrassing things as if they were still kids. Chunibyo refers to someone who performs antisocial, misanthropic, or delusional actions or makes statements in an attempt to make themselves seem like a grown-up. While the speaker may think that they're really cool from the perspective of an adult, they look ridiculous. Chunibyo can be broken down further into categories. one of which is the evil eye Chunibyo, who seems convinced that he has a special anime power or backstory. For example, an evil eye that gives him magical abilities. Strictly speaking, Okarin falls into this category. Jeez. Were you ever a Chuni? No, because then I would have gotten bullied at school. I took very careful steps when designing my personality at school. Because I didn't want to talk to nobody and nothing. I made sure I was the most unappealing, unimaginative person. Just somebody completely normal that has nothing interesting about them. And that's what you gotta do when you're at school. I had no idea what to say to somebody I'd never met before. I imagine you're 6'7" and built, how could you be bullied? I mean, I'm 6'1" and fat. So you're... Actually, you're just completely wrong, I'm sorry, man. I thought I could give you some hope, but no, you're just completely wrong. Fat equals strength. That is some copium. That is some fucking copium. No. Muscles equals strength, draft key. Fat does not help you in any way, shape, or form. It just leads you to a faster death. Sit on them, what are they gonna do? True. True. It's not, what are you gonna do, run? I'm sitting on you. I'd been working at becoming a real adult, even buying and studying meant frontal lobe, part of the cerebrum located at the front of the brain. It controls thought, will, action, movement, creativity, and more. The frontal lobe can be further divided by location into the prefrontal cortex, motor cortex, and premotor cortex. It is also the thing that got bit in Five Nights at Freddy's. Is that the point of 87? Orange, hey man, I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We're doing Steins Gate 0 today. We've already 100% in Steins Gate. Hey Gold. You're good.
ええ。トップダウン記憶検索信号ね。
God. They really just toss every tip at you at the beginning of the game. Top-down memory search signals. Nerve signals in the cerebrum that are sent from the frontal lobe to the temporal lobe during memory retrieval. I would if I cared that much, DraftKey, but I don't. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. You need to learn that this isn't acceptable. Jesus. Listen, I would not be that kind of parent, man. I couldn't be, because I just don't care that much. I'd be like, hey, man, it's alright, but don't let it happen again. I'd be a terrible parent. Actually, you know what? I wouldn't be terrible because I'd at least be better than the iPad parents. You guys know who I'm talking about. The ones that just give their kids an iPad and be like, my job's done. And then I started to talk, remembering what Karisu had told me about her theories as I went. You got games on your phone? When I used specialized terminology, whose meanings I barely remembered, Maho would tell me what they were.
で、最後に側頭葉に記憶を書き戻す過程で、
Draft key, be honest with us. Were you an iPad kid? Because if you were, that would explain a lot. Be honest.
一緒にコピーした疑似パルスを前頭葉の方に送り込めば、記憶検索信号はちゃんと働くと思う。
Mochi, the type of parent to be like, oh, you get a D in math? That's 10 hours in the fields. 20 years in the dungeon. I didn't get a phone till I was 17. Okay, so you're about like me then. I don't know, man.
あなた、それを自分で導き出したの？
ああ、いや。
Maho looked back at the business card I'd given her.
脳科学専攻じゃないわね。ということは誰かに？それとも論文で？うん、それはないわ。まだ論文にはまとめられてなかったはず。
何かおかしいこと言ったか、俺。
そうじゃなくて、私の後輩がね、全く同じ理論を提唱していたことがあるのよ。どのスタッフもずっと懐疑的だったけど、彼女だけは絶対に証明できるって言い張っていたわ。結局、実証試験に進む前に彼女はいなくなっちゃったんだけど。
それは。
Should I tell her? Should I tell her about me and Karisu? In this world line, there's almost no connection between me and Karisu.
どうしたの？
Hey, Ruben. Mad scientist is sad scientist. True, man. I made up my mind. If I want to follow my dreams, I need to act.
実はこの理論クリスからレクチャーされた。
え、今なんて？
マキセ・クリスが教えてくれたんだよ。
クリスがあなたに？いつ？どうして？
彼女がこっちに留学してた時だ。友達になってこういう話をよくした。
Of course, that was a lie. Kreese and I became friends in the Alpha World line, not this one. But a small lie like this was probably okay.
そうだったの。あのクリスが。ありがとう。感謝するわ。
Her words surprised me. That was the one thing I didn't expect to hear. Those track slaps, I'm pretty sure it was from the original Steins Gate.
何が？
彼女と友達になってくれてよ。日本に来てたった一人で。
I'll do you one better, Golden. Can we bury Daru?
たった一人で勉強していてもきっとつまらなかったと思うから。
口喧嘩ばっかりだったけどな。
あの子らしいわね。絶対に負けを認めなかったでしょ。
ああ、へりくつばっかりこねていた。ロボトミー手術してあんたの前頭葉を書き出してやるぞとかよく言われたし。
I'm pretty sure we know what a lobotomy is, but we'll go ahead. A method of treating mental illness by performing surgery on the brain. A small hole is opened in the skull, and a long knife is used to remove the frontal lobe. In some cases, this was sufficient to cure the illness, and the inventor was even given the Nobel Prize for his work. However, due to the serious psychological side effects and damage to the personality caused by the loss of the frontal lobe, lobotomies were banned worldwide in the 1970s. The cure for gamer. He's already technically adult, so no need to wait. Get the shovels. True.
まさかそんなこと。クリスなら言いそうね。
だろ？ちゃんと後輩の教育をしておいてほしかった。
その点に関しては認めるわ。陳謝します。
Oh. She smiled, or so I thought, and then all of a sudden she started to cry.
どうした？
I didn't have any better idea, so I grabbed my handkerchief. She didn't seem to know why she was crying herself. Neither did I. Had I said something during the conversation that set her off?
大丈夫か？
平気よ。ごめんなさい。
She didn't take my handkerchief. Instead, she took a tissue out of her pocket and wiped her eyes. It's not Steins Gate without pain. Unfortunately so.
You can now Dyson Einstein.
Hey, Leskinen. I turned around and saw Dr. Leskinen smiling and quickly striding towards me. He grabbed my hand as he got closer. The handshake was incredibly forceful. And his hands were as big as a bear's paw. No, not just his hands. Standing in front of me, he looked even bigger than he had during the lecture. I'm pretty tall, but he was at least a head taller than me.
教授、俺、その...
He does look very uncanny, Draftkey, I'll admit that much. Leskinen's English rivals Okabe's. I'm Metsai Tisoku! Son of a bitch! I've always been canon. If you ever see a bear in any story, then I'm canon. I'm automatically canon. Uh-oh. It was all of a sudden, so I couldn't think of an introduction. And wait, did he just speak in Japanese? Did he? It didn't sound like he did. It just sounded like English. Leskinen looks like those Greek statues in Rome. Yeah, very uncanny.
しかし私の助手を泣かせてしまったのは見過ごせないね。
いや、これは。
違います教授。私が勝手に。彼は関係ないですから。
Maho and I both denied it as much as we could. But I didn't know why Maho was crying, so I couldn't come up with any excuses. I just started to panic even more.
つまりその...
クリスです。彼とクリスの話をしていたら、いろいろ感情が溢れてしまって。
Is that what they think Americans look like or something? Just uncanny Romans? Probably. As a devoted to Giga Christian, I've come to the conclusion that this man is Satan and I denounce him. I rebuke you! No, I can't bring that up. I'd get banned. Never mind. It reminded me of something, but... It reminded me of a funny clip, but I can't really bring that up. Oh, God.
Chris? 君はクリスの友人?
それは...
To differentiate from the Japanese characters, they made the American characters a strange palette color of white, bruh. Man. Edgy mochi. No. It wasn't anything. It just reminded me of a clip that was like, I can't really bring up the subject because it's not. The subject is edgy, but it just reminded me of it.
岡部倫太郎さん、学生だそうです。
Maho introduced me. Dr. Liskinen had a gentle expression on his face as he gave me a slow hug. I felt like I was gonna suffocate in his massive arms. I mean, even Rintaro's sprite in Steins Gate Zero is pale as F compared to the original. Dude, the Rintaro that's on the cover of Steins Gate Zero looks like freaking Prowler Goku. He looks so much like Prowler Goku, dude. He just looks like uncanny as hell. I don't know if I could, Somehow I could tell Somehow I could tell that it was his way of remembering Kurisu. He looks dead as F, which is pretty fitting for his state, but yeah.
そうですか。そういうことなら魔法。
はい？
ミスター・オカーベに合わせてあげたらどうかな、彼女を。
まさか アマデウスを。
ここで彼に出会った偶然、その幸運を大切にしたいじゃないか。日本にいる間、彼にテスターになってもらってもいいよ。
本気ですか？部外者なのにそんないきなり。
クリスの友人ならば部外者ではない。そうだろう？
ですが。
What were they talking about? I had no idea, but this was my chance to build a relationship with Dr. Leskinen. I didn't want to blow it.
俺ぜひお手伝いしたいです。
Nice!
Nice! He patted me on the shoulders and smiled. It was an innocent smile, like a child's.
じゃあ、詳細は魔法に聞いて。よろしく。
Another scientist was calling him, so he wandered away. Maho was shaking her head in disbelief.
アマデウスに合わせるとか、テスターとか、一体何の話なんだ？
I just realized that we didn't even finish the prologue last time, and there might be a movie playing soon. Okay, yeah, that would have been disastrous. There we go. Put it right about there. Yeah, nice.
コンベンションでやったデモンストレーション。アマデウスは私の記憶を使っていたんだけれど、アマデウスのデータとしてもう一人分研究者の記憶が保存してあるのよ。
Oh no. That's Kurisu, isn't it? Another researcher's memories? What did that mean? When I finally figured it out from Dr. Leskinen and Maho's conversation, my heart started pounding.
まさかあいつなのか？
そう。アマデウスの中にはマキセ・クリスの記憶が保存されているわ。8ヶ月前のクリスだけれどね。
What kind of a weird announcer nice was that? Several days passed after the ATF party. Okabe's black trip is cool and all, but it doesn't compare to the white lab coat missing Kyoma. Yeah. Nothing can beat the original white lab coat. 10 minutes from Ikebukuro via the express train. And then 10 minutes by bus from a station called Wako City in Saitama. By the way, I did make a Pokemon team for Rintaro in the Discord. I don't know if anyone saw that, but I'm pretty proud of it. I thought it was pretty. I thought all the Pokemon suited him pretty well. So, yeah, I like giving characters Pokemon teams. Get used to missing the mad scientist for the whole game. That is unlucky. That is so unlucky. The office I was looking for was on the second floor of a building right next to Riken. Global Brain Science Comprehensive Research Organization. Japanese office prep room. He's normal now. You should be happy for my mans. But that's not him. He's the chuny is what makes him, man. It's an integral part of his character. Yeah, normal Okabe is not Okabe. That's actually a really good question, Golden. That's actually a really good question. That was what the plate on the door said. To get in, you needed 3 types of special keys, plus a security card.
ここは？
各国の脳科学研究者が連携をして新しい機構を作る予定なの。私たちの研究所が主導してね。
Draftkey, I'm really trying not to be mean. I'm really not, so take this the wrong way, but if you were the definition of normal, we'd be so fucked. We would be absolutely screwed. There would be no world anymore. What do you mean? You know what I mean. She led me inside. Ooh, message. Oh, it's Ferris. The mysterious Sukitos have at last appeared in Akihabara, nya. There you go. This is one of the hidden doors of Akihabara that lead to the truth, nya. Huh? If you know not of it, then very well, nya. It saddens me that we cannot journey together. But if my sacrifice shall put an end to this, then I go through the door with gladness, nya. Jesus. Good to know we can rely on Ferris to give us our daily chuny goodness. True. What? Bro, what are up with these grandma Facebook stickers? I can't, dude. I can't. I'm finished. Oh my god. Bro actually sent a minion meme unironically. The office must have been newly rented. Most of the desks were still empty, showing no signs of ever having been used. Stickers of the characters are based. There wasn't even a whiteboard, which made the room look even more empty. There wasn't a lot of natural light. Maybe the windows were on the north side? The only illumination was from the overhead fluorescent lights. The room felt very cold.
ここはあくまでも準備室だから。
Hot take, I don't even think Hotel Transylvania was a bad movie. I thought it was pretty decent. And then they made 3 more. You know, they milked it until it got dry. No one was sitting at any of the desks, but 2 of them had stuff on them. Considering what he currently looks like he'd fit in. One of them was a mess filled with notes, calculators, coffee cups, and supplement bottles. That was the one Maho sat down at. Which meant the one that was neatly organized must belong to Dr. Leskinen, right?
教授は
今日はオフ。
Well, it was Sunday.
君も
I agree, the first movie is actually pretty good. The rest, nah. Yeah.
ええ。そうじゃなかったら昼過ぎまで寝ていられるわけないでしょ。
That's true. When I'd gone to pick her up from her hotel in Wako City, she'd come out of the room half asleep. This was the day I was to meet Amadeus Kurisu. Maho had gone over the basics of being a tester on the way here. Essentially, Amadeus needed sample data for conversations, and they were going to give me an environment where I could talk to it anytime, 24 hours a day. She didn't give me any details beyond that, though. So, I'll be able to talk to Amadeus Kurisu 24 hours a day, huh?
あいつはクリスのアマデウスはここにいるのか
ええ。
Maho nodded and gave me a glance.
あいつと呼んだわよね、今。
ああ
私が思っているよりもずっと親しかったのね、あなたたち。
Maybe my silence was an answer in itself. That was quick. Okabe, may I have a moment of your time? Not today! Jesus Christ, Rintaro. I'm meeting someone right now. This is important. Let's do that one. No, it's not that important. Can it wait then? Alright, I'll contact you later. Sorry. No, please don't worry about it. Oh. Alright, I like that sticker. I need to add some of these stickers to the Discord. He sent it twice. Maho's response was uncharacteristically hesitant.
だとしたら会うのはやめた方がいいかもしれないわよ。
どうしてだ？
相手が親しい人であればあるほどあのシステムは残酷だと思うから。
大丈夫だ。
わかった。もう言わない。その代わり一つ覚えておいて。
Yeah. It's not gonna be anything real though, Ruben, is the problem. But hey. It's canon. Just remember, it's canon that not only Kurisu and Mayuri lives, but Okabe gets with Kurisu at the end. And they become lovers. So, I don't care. For all I know, this is all non-canon. On one hand, it could work as a method of moving on, but it could also become an unhealthy form of holding on. Yeah.
ロードする記憶はクリスが最後に更新をした3月のデータをベースにしたものよ。だから3月以降、例えば彼女が日本に留学していた時のことを聞いても全く通じない。
That's right, isn't it?
それに3月から今日までの間に私や教授が何度も起動してしまっているから、その度にクリスは、アマデウスの方のクリスね。彼女は元のクリスとは違う記憶を蓄積しているわ。私たちが聞かせた話、ネットで検索した情報、新しく会話を交わした人たち、そういったものをね。
Agreed. This is actually a prequel, so it is canon. But we can cope with it with the knowledge of how it all ends. Yeah. Okabe and Kurisu get together in the end, so it doesn't matter. Starts with AI Kurisu, but eventually lead to AI Tupac that you can download to your phone. Oh my god! Have you guys heard that they may be trying to use AI with Michael Jackson to make him release new songs? That is so fucked up. I think that's so fucked up that they're still milking this man from the grave. He's not even, like, I feel like if they tried to make AI songs with somebody that's dead, it'd just be so empty and meaningless. Dude, he's passed away, he's moved on. We don't... Jesus. It's so messed up. That is indeed effed up after everything he's been through, just leave him alone. Yeah, dude.
つまり、これから会うのはあなたの友人だったマキセ・クリスではないということ。
Alright, chat. What's your favorite Michael Jackson song? Let's see. Let's see how many bass people we got. Dirty Diana? I can't choose.
このシステムの問題点の一つなんだけれど、 往々にしてこちら側、つまり人間の方が混乱してしまうのよ。
Mine's bad. Mine is definitely bad. Anytime I hear bad anywhere on the radio or anything, I get that. I boogie. Man. Bad, no, no, no. I can't sing the lyrics though.
まるで本当の
Beat
クリ
It's
スと
good. Beat It's good.
今この瞬
That's
間に
based.
チャットでもしているような錯覚に陥るから。
I mean, any Michael Jackson song is based, but Beat It is really based. So don't get reality and fantasy mixed up, I guess.
共有できていない記憶の齟齬に関してこちらの脳がついていけなくなってしまうのね。
What are we beating? Daughter. Memories that aren't shared. Now there's a feeling I knew well. Speed Demon's a bop. Any Michael Jackson song's a bop, man. Is there even, like, a bad one? I've listened to a lot of his music. I don't even think I've ever heard a bad one. Reading Steiner. It was a power only I possessed, which made my memories different than those of the people around me.
案内してくれ。
Maho gave me a slight nod.
こっちよ。
She led me to the back of the room. There was a booth separated by a thick partition. Hey, it's reading spaghetti. True. It's been a while. To get inside the booth, you needed a different card key than the one used to get into the room, as well as a security code.
ずいぶん厳重なんだな。
Rotating sausages. So would reading spaghetti literally just be his stand power if Okabe had a stand? I feel like that wouldn't be really useful as a stand power, though. I mean, it'd help in cases where you have to fight time-controlling stands. But, I mean... even then, not really.
今の時代、産業スパイが一番恐ろしいの。
I like to imagine some kid in Brazil also had her reading spaghetti and he's just freaking out non-stop. I mean, isn't it revealed that everyone has reading spaghetti? I feel like that was revealed at the true end of Steins Gate. It turns out everyone has reading spaghetti, so you're probably not wrong. Time powers are always OP, especially if you have a time user on your team. Even if you're the only one that remembers if you failed, you can say what happened and change your plan. Right, but I mean, like, it wouldn't be useful against people that can, like, stop time like a Dio, or even erase time like Diavolo. Plus, their stance could just punch a hole through you, so there you go. Time can activate. I got a question for you guys. What's your favorite JoJo stand? Mine is either Killer Queen or King Crimson. King of Crimson! I love that one. The boat one's pretty good. I think it was called Strength, just because it was so goofy. I haven't seen JoJo, so I can't say. The Hustle? Is that a stand from Part 8 or Part 9, Draftkey? It's like how in Miraculous Ladybug, the snake power lets the user go back in time a few minutes if anything bad happens to redo their plans, while the rabbit power lets the user and anyone who jumps in the rabbit hell travel through time entirely. Get ready mode. Alright, so just didn't answer my question. Very nice. Motherfucker. I asked him a question, he's like, hey, get reading. Nice. Industrial spies are... Oh, wait, that... She already heard that. She entered the security code and unlocked the door.
どうぞ。
That is a very depressing room. Good lord. The room was about 2.5 meters per side. At one end was a white desk, and above it was a PC with a built-in 30-inch screen monitor.
少しだけ後ろに座っていて。
There was a small sofa that let you sit behind the user and see what was happening on screen. I sat there. I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going. Oh no. Maho powered on the PC and began to type. The white room, it looks like the type would go insane and if you stay there too long. Yeah, why'd they put it in a room like that, dude? Jesus Christ. Like, it's just depressing and, like, mind-numbing. A second later, the words Amadeus System appeared on screen. Dude, what is this background? What was this freaking Prowler Goku mother effer? Why is everything so creepy, dude? They couldn't make a better design for their website than this? Why? What the hell? No, the logo's fine. What the hell is this, though? Why they just got, like, this person in the background, like, just creeping? I saw her put the ID in. Salary. That's Prowler Carissa right there. Salary? I legitimately don't know what that is. Antonio Salieri, 1750 to 1825, an Italian composer who lived in the same time as Mozart. He was court composer at Vienna for many years, and trained such famous composers as Beethoven, Schubert, and Liszt. I'll be honest, the image of Rintaro on the game menu creeps me out. Dude, there's a lot of things that's creepy about this game. Salieri and Amadeus, huh? We've only just got the tip for Amadeus. They've said it like 10 million times. Amadeus is Latin for beloved of God, and the middle name for the Austrian composer Mozart. There's also a play and a movie about Mozart of the same name. It's the Dead Eyes, yeah. Was there some meaning to that? Come to think of it. Dude, they literally just throw I understand why there's more tips than freaking Steins Gate. Because they just throw them all at you at the same time. They're like, tip, 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 tip. Jesus Christ. Come to think of it, in the famous movie Amadeus, there was a character who was spiteful and jealous of Mozart's incredible talents. But who, in the bottom of his heart, admired him more than anyone else? Beloved of God definitely won't be relevant. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, 1765 to 1791. An Austrian composer along with Haydn and Beethoven. He was one of the most famous classical composers. He began to write songs at the age of 5 and left us over 600 masterpieces. Dude, that's more songs than most modern artists. What the hell? In the modern era, he is often referred to as a genius, and there are many stories about him. The character's name was Salieri.
パスワードは見ないで。
Maho moved her body to hide her hands. I looked away. She finished logging into the system, and a simple bare command prompt appeared on screen.
準備はいい？
Oh yeah, but did he make WAP? Didn't think so. True. Wait, who was it that made WAP? Was that Nicki Minaj? No. I forgot who made WAP. Was it Nicki Minaj? Second-rate musician. Cardi B. It's Cardi B! That's who it was. Hey, Try. I don't know why the sus sound isn't working, but what's up, man? I honestly get I honestly get Cardi B and Nicki Minaj mixed up way too often. Hey, it's Red. It's a pretty cool profile picture. Try. I'm not gonna lie. Speak. Oh, there. Well, there it is. Jesus. Speaking of profile pictures, for anyone that doesn't know, I got my profile picture redid. So look at it and be like, oh wow, that looks so cool, because it is. Late 2030-ish Red, so me IRL kick. It's perfect type, true. Maho entered several commands at the prompt. My question is, why is there no cussing redeem when you already don't cuss? That was a while back. That was a while back. I probably need to get rid of it, but yeah. I just haven't remembered. That was when I wasn't living with my parents. You know, you want to know some real shit, Mochi? Yeah, what's up, man?
ごめんなさい。ここはちょっと見せられないの。
まあ俺が見たところでさっぱりだけどな。
でも一応ね。
She turned off the monitor. Then she spun around to face me. The back of Okabe's. Draft was upset about another streamer not being pure and say so before this. Unlucky. This draft. Oh man. Draft is just a four-dimensional being. His intelligence is so high that we can't understand him. Even without the lab coat is... Oh my god, why is... Even without the lab coat, his scruffy hair still makes him look like a mad scientist. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. You were making her cut. He was very serious and genuinely upset. I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, Draftkey's just a four-dimensional being. No one can understand him. He's way smarter than any of us. I suddenly realized I was clenching my fist. How long had I been doing that? My hands were sweaty, and there was a red spot at the base of my thumb where my nails had dug in.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Sound alerts are really delayed today. Was I more nervous than I realized?
どうしたの？
いや、今になってちょっとおじけづいてきた。
まだ間に合うわよ。今すぐここから出ていけばいいわ。
I look very mochi today. Dude, I do be looking like the mochi of all time.
意地が悪いな。
そう？あなたのこと心配してあげてるのに。
だったらもう少しそれらしい言い方をした方がいい。クリスといい君といい実験大好きっ子は。
For a second, the old joking me was about to come back. I quickly changed the subject.
実験ばかりに明け暮れているやつは可愛げがない。
今の発言は明らかに誹謗中傷ね。侮
One
辱罪で訴えてあげてもいいわ。
day I hope to see Mochi play in the NBA. I feel like whenever I say I'm fat, it just, like, people listen to it and then they throw it out immediately. Dude, I am not fit. I can't play sports. Fat hate weighs 7 foot Mochi Pug. I'm 6'1", not quite 7 foot.
やめてくれ、恐ろしい。
少しを知っているから紹介してあげましょうか。
It evens out. Wouldn't that even out to just plain 6 feet then? Not 7 feet?
その前に告訴を取り下げてくれ。
示談に持ち込もうというのなら、それ相応の金額は覚悟することね。
What do you mean you're fat? We see. True! Yeah, true! I'm actually like a 8-foot built bear man. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to do the immersion break there. How the fuck does it look to... I mean, you say built, but, yeah, twink... How the... Dude, you guys are fucking blind. What do you mean? That does not look twinkish. God almighty. No, it doesn't! Oh, no. God, just wait until Leah designs my new model. Jesus Christ, man. Alright then, fuck you guys, whatever. I don't care.
後で毒ペンをおごるから。
Hey, Dr. P! The abbreviation for a type of carbonated beverage first served in America during the 1800s. At present, it's only available in eastern Japan and some other small areas. It has a very unique taste, and its secret recipe is a combination of over 20 flavors.
安い。
I heard a small sound from the back of her throat. I guess she was laughing? Normally I'd find that irritating, but strangely coming from the girl in front of me. No, she was a grown woman, actually. I didn't. In a fair fight, could you take Smokey the Bear? My character? Yeah, for sure. Actually, no, wait. Smokey the Bear can grow to, like, the size of Godzilla, maybe not. I mean, to be fair, it's more like you don't look 8'7" without anything to compare to. I don't know. I think our definitions of fit are very different. Like, to me, that looks like a fairly fit and built person. Or at least it looks like a normal person. I think Baki. There's your problem, DraftKings. If you want to look like someone from Baki, you either need, like, the best diet program ever made, or steroids. not much you can do besides those two. I think Mochi is an amazing person. You'd think so. Built is like a level above to me. I see. Honestly, I don't even, like, have any strive to be, like it's similar to my build and I don't work out. That's kind of like the build I strive to be. I'd say this is like a normal build, honestly. I just want to be anything but fat, because being fat's miserable. So, yeah. I like my body. I'm happy for you, man. Chicks love twink. Normally I'd find that irritating, but strangely coming from the girl in front of me... No, she was a grown woman, actually. I didn't. Maho Hyaja was very strong-willed, with the prickliness and short temper unique to scientists. She always seemed to be a little upset about something. But maybe she wasn't that bad. Literally, as long as it's not causing me problems, I'm happy with my mate suit. Yeah. If only I wasn't a lazy asshole who just ate 24/7. Maybe I could be happy with mine. But here we are. Chicks dig fat dudes. Bro actually lives in a different world line. Nobody digs fat dudes. You do know that, right? That's not like a thing. Cap? Okay, man. See, I'm a lazy asshole, but I'm lazy enough to not eat too much either. Yeah, that's probably the difference between us. But maybe she wasn't that bad. Draft. I get that, but I'm saying fat dudes. There's definitely a genre out there for like of fat like people of like maybe trans or like women, but nobody likes fat dudes. That's just true. Because it's literally just a sign of laziness. And like it's a sign of laziness and a sign of like not like doing anything with your life. You don't know how many people pay to see that man get... Okay, dude. Listen, Nikocado Avocado's different. Nikocado Avocado's different, man. People like him for a different reason. Also, he's been losing weight. No, listen. He's actually been making good progress on his weight loss. So, I mean, he's better than me, so... Oh, I see. Most people aren't into fat dudes, but some people are really into fat dudes. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. I mean, if you're with somebody because they're, like, obsessed with your body type, are you really, like, okay with that? They're probably not even into you as a person. They're just like, God, I love that he's, like, morbidly obese. I feel like that just make you feel worse. That, like... Maho. She's a lot like Kurisu. Oh, shit. I'm happy for you, Try. Can't relate, but I'm happy for you. When I first met Kurisu, she was like that. Arrogant, rude, never willing to change her mind, stubborn, hard-headed, and always ready to confront you with raised eyebrows whenever you said something she didn't like. Imagine getting dumped because you got fit. What world lines are we in where that is reality? Yeah. Imagine if all fat people were actually just human mecha piloted by gnomes. I hope, man. Maybe that'd make me feel like not a miserable piece of crap. It's like, no. I'm not fat because of my own personal choices. I'm actually piloted by a gnome. I'm glad I'm not tall copium. I mean, I don't know. Being tall has its advantages. You're beautiful, Mochi. My character is, I agree. Wait, did I read that? Oh yeah, I did. I truly thought I'd never seen a more unlikable woman. But despite my first impression, on the inside she turned out to be fragile, easily hurt, and so kind and so lovable.
何がおかしいんです、先輩。
Oh? I suddenly heard a girl's voice from the speaker. I found myself jumping off the sofa. I knew this voice. I couldn't forget it. I could never. Maho turned on the monitor. Oh. Kurisu. Girl I'd never forgotten appeared on the screen. Maybe it was based off her appearance at the brain science lab. Because she was wearing a white lab coat. Opening video incoming. Hey, I will say though, there was a point in time where I was doing so good on weight loss, I lost 100 pounds and nearly like 150 pounds. That legitimately happened, man. I was doing pretty good. And then I realized, hey, I am... And then my body realized, hey man, why are you trying to be happy? Stop being happy. Be miserable. And I just forgot. And then I just stopped losing weight. It happened, it can happen again. Maybe in a different world line, man. I think I'm just fated to be fat and miserable. But, anyways. Because she was wearing a white lab coat. The PC's camera turned toward me on its own.
先輩、そちらの方は
Maho was introducing me. But I didn't hear anything she was saying. I simply stared, entranced. I wanted to reach out my hands. I wanted to touch her. She was right there.
岡部倫太郎さん。はじめまして、牧瀬クリスです。
Oh my gosh. I'm getting so emotional. See Kurisu. God. It's okay, it's okay. She ends up living and she ends up getting with Okabe. It's fine, it's fine.
どうぞよろしく。
Oh, opening movie time. My ADHD makes me forget to eat sometimes, which isn't the best method. I think that's a lot of... it doesn't really relate to your situation, but that's a lot of the struggles people have with losing weight, is they think that, like, oh, if I just don't eat, I'll lose weight, but that's not how it works. I know this because I was successful at losing a lot of weight at one point, but you have to portion out your meals. Like, you still have to eat. Otherwise, your body just goes into panic mode and stores everything. This opening is really well animated. Yeah, you end up being hungry and eating more later. Yeah. I think the most successful... I think the most successful method for me was eating 3 meals a day with, like, snack bars in between. And, I could only ever eat, like, 1,500 calories a day. I heard Adderall messes with the appetite. I never took Adderall, so I can't confirm. This is a cool opening, though. It's neat that they animated it. This song slaps. Don't know which is better, this song or the original. I'd have to listen to the original again. Daru looking cleaner. Daru is still Daru. Closed epigraph.
さあ、岡部さん、リラックスしてください。
But yeah, what I was doing with losing weight before, I basically ate 3 meals a day, all spaced out in spaces that make sense. I wasn't allowed to eat past, like, I think like 7 or 8. I only ate 1,500 calories a day, and I basically did incredibly intense exercise on literally every weekday and only allow myself breaks on the weekends. Even on the weekends, I'd still take like 2 daily walks. It works, man. just walking in general. Like, just taking, like, a 30-minute walk a day can help you so much. It's so fitting that the end of the opening has a visual of Okabe, Daru, and Mayuri on the rooftop, knowing that is where it all ends to get the happy ending. So good, yeah.
どんどんどんどん降りていって、やがて柔らかい色をした光が見えてきます。
I was dreaming. My Wi-Fi just said, no. Bro's Wi-Fi actually grabbed him by the neck and said, yeah, this. I was aware that I was lying on a big sofa undergoing counseling. Tried my best to stay calm and imagine what the psychologist was telling me.
その光は何色に見えますか?
Daga Kotuwari. It said, this is unbearable. Oh my god. By the way, sorry chat for going on that whole rant about weight. I didn't mean to like throw a pity party for myself. I don't know. The topic came up and I don't know. Anyways, moving on. Steins Gate time.
Aka.
赤ですか。なるほど。
Ow, red. It's all good. It's reason. Okay, I appreciate it. FF000.
その光の中にあなたの大切な人が立っています。その人はあなたの家族でしょうか。
いや。
では友人？それとも恋人？
恋人。
Oh.
いや。恋人じゃない。友人ですらない。
ではどういう？
俺とあいつは。
Memories came floating back into my mind like a geyser.
ちょっと来てくれませんか?
Yeah, you'd have to imagine at that point. It's sad, but hopefully it does help him though. I've never found therapy to be helpful at all myself. I don't know, just sitting there talking to a complete stranger about your problems, it's like, okay. But I mean, like, you don't really care, so why should I care about telling you what I feel? I find just talking to my friends and, like, just talking to my friends when they get a chance, or, like, talking to my parents, helps a lot more than therapy. Honestly. Coaching helped me more than therapy. Solution strategy focus. That's fair. I don't know. It's just talking to complete strangers about your problems never, like, made sense to me. And it's not like I don't have experience with therapy. I've went to, like, several therapists through my life. And I've never found any of them helpful. So I think just talking to your friends or, like, your parents helps a lot more. In my opinion. One of the few time travel stories that actually shows the mental damage of time travel. Yeah, they never do that in most stories, do they, Ruben? But that's the thing for me. It's not emotional problems. It's I can't do any effing work. Oh, Lord. It depends on the subject, of course. My reason for a therapist was, well, it took over half day for literally anyone else besides the police or the therapist knew. You know how much a therapist charges? Bro, therapists are actually like grifters. They're actually scam artists. How you gonna charge me $200 for sitting there talking about, I feel bad. For like, what, an hour? Actual grifting, man. simply become a therapist then.
必要ない。
I don't need to see dead Mayuri.
話して。あん
Does,
たがタイムリープしたのは分かってる。
does Carisi's voice sound different? It sounds deeper for some reason. In most time travel stories, the characters just get over the shit and they go through it like it's another day. Nah, bruh. Turn is, hey man. Tadaima. Get the bag, bear.
マユリを助けて。
By the way, I started another visual novel in my free time. Not one that I can stream because it's like an eroge, basically. But it's a Ubisoft visual novel, Noble Works. I'm reading like an English fan patch. It's pretty good. Why are you so much louder than Maki say? Huh? Oh, am I too loud? Do I need to turn their voices up? Priest's voice sounds the same to me. Sauce. But yeah. It's pretty good, but the problem with it is, like, it has that anime of visual novel problem, even more so than others, where, like, you know how there'll be, like, in anime, like, there'd be, like, a girl undressing, and then some dude's like, I'm gonna open the door without knocking. Oh my god, I saw it, and then they're like, I can't believe you saw me, and then they just, like, damn near kill him. It's just not funny, man. You know what I mean? It's just not funny, and it gets old and annoying, and they do it, like, in almost every chapter there. Like, character does something by accident, sees girl in embarrassing situation, girl overreacts and almost kills him. And it's like, and then the formula ends with equals, please laugh.
ベータ世界線へ行きなさい。マユリが死なない世界へ。それがあんたのためでもあるし、私のためでもある。
Not the kiss, man.
私のこと覚えててくれる？
Oh, so it's just straight up a different voice actor? I mean, she sounds pretty similar. It's just, she sounds like her voice is so much deeper, I feel. Not a bad thing, just something I noticed.
私死ぬの？
Jesus, man. Can I get the romanized version? Of what?
死にたくないよ。
Oh god.
岡部さん。
I don't think it's a different VA. I mean, I don't know. If it is, it's really good. Yeah, no. It's just the voice sounds a little deeper, is what I was saying. Like, it still sounds pretty similar.
俺が刺した。俺が。
Oh man, Rentaro.
いいですか？私があなたの肩を叩きます。それを合図に意識がはっきりしてきますから。3、2、1、はい。
It was a loud sound, then I felt an impact on my shoulders. Karisu's suffering face disappeared instantly, and I could feel my consciousness awakening. I stood up off the sofa. I felt dizzy and almost fell over.
大丈夫ですか？ 少し休んでいてください。今、タオルを持ってきますから。
Trauma hits. That's something I appreciate about Zero. It actually delves into the PTS struggles. If you see something that's like incredibly traumatic, you might not even realize it at the moment, but that sticks with you for the rest of your life. I've had a couple of moments like that, but still, it's not like they like pop up every single second of the day, but it's like you still remember them sometimes, and it just makes you freak out a little. It's not good. The psychologist left the room. I realized I was soaked in sweat. The air conditioner was working, so I could tell it wasn't from the heat. It was the first time I tried hypnotherapy at a mental health clinic. Hypnotherapy. A method of therapy where the patient is placed in a hypnotic state and the therapist acts directly on their subconscious mind to remove the psychological traumas that led to mental illness. In Japan, there is no government certification system for hypnotherapy, but therapeutic associations do offer their own certifications. Certified hypnotherapists are sometimes called hypnosis technicians. My body felt strangely heavy. When I got outside, it was night. It was almost December and the wind was cold. That is so fucking cute. Oh my god. Wait, no. Backspace. That is so fucking cute. Oh my god. I love that. That is like the best design for Mayuri. Little scarfs like swallowing her. There was a streamer who had some knowledge of experience of psychology that streamed Steins Gate Zero, and they mentioned the depictions of trauma with Okabe was realistic. New Mayushi's. It is so effing cute, dude. Mayuri Shina asked me gently. Mayuri was a high school student, my childhood friend. I feel like if you played Steins Gate, you know this. She'd come with me to counseling today. I told her I didn't need her to, but she'd left school early to come. All I ever did was make her worry. Around 3 months ago, my one obsession had been saving her. To me, she'd always been someone I had to protect. And now she was worried about me. Oh, Amadeus. Got a sec, Uncle Ocarine? But I refuse. Okay. Listen, what do you think I should do about Mom and Dad? What do you mean? I just can't see them getting together like this. Well, you're right. Uncle Ocarine, is there anything you can do? You know, there's nothing I can do to help with that. You're right, yeah. It kinda hurts that you just gave up that easily. It doesn't seem to be your kind of thing, Uncle. Fucking grandma Facebook stickers, I get jealous. God. I guess the developers are kind of trying to reintroduce the characters, especially for those who, for some reason, stumble in Steins Gate Zero without playing the original. Oh, I see. It was only because of Mayuri's recommendation that I tried counseling.
まあ、大したことないってさ。
I told her a small lie to make her feel better. Actually, they told me I'd suffered serious trauma. They'd stopped the hypnotherapy and given me a course of counseling and drugs. Now they wanted to wait to see the results. Basically, they'd decided there was nothing to do but to treat my symptoms and wait for it to heal naturally. I couldn't tell if what Maho had shown me yesterday was having an effect. I underwent treatment without telling the psychologist about the time machine, or the world lines, or most of the things that had happened, so maybe there was no way for them to make a proper diagnosis. In any event, I decided not to think too much about the results.
なあ、まゆり。夕飯、これからだろ。何か食べに行くか。おごるぞ。
ああ、それなら秋葉原に行ってもいいかな。
Oh, the anime had different voice actors. Oh, okay.
ルカ君とフェリスちゃんがね、久々にオカリンに会いたいって。
Akihabara, huh? The clinic was in walking distance of my house. Akihabara was much farther away. But even so, I couldn't turn down Mayuri's request. Until the events of this summer, I'd gone there almost every day. In fact, I'd practically lived there. Lately, I only went 3 times a week, at the absolute most. Or not, man. ChatGPT and Reddit make crap up sometimes. According to Wikipedia, it's Asami Amai everywhere. Anime had the same VA too. No one was really changed the Japanese cat. The only change was Mayuri and English stuff. I don't know. I don't know, man. And then only to go to shopping on the way home from school. I feel like just looking at the Wikipedia would be more help. We went out into the plaza in front of the station. Just like in Ikebukuro, even though it was only a month until Christmas, there were barely any decorations. I was sure the whole place would be covered in them the minute it was December 1st. Baby back ribs acquired, bib equipped, my man's ready for a feast. As Bard, I am unable to answer your question about the voice actress for Makise Kurisu. Unlucky. Damn AI. Eventually, I was sure to see maids in Santa outfits.
秋葉原でチラシを配るサンタ服を着たメイドか。
Akihabara could be really weird. She's gonna have that sprite design for the whole game, isn't she? Oh god. They really redesigned a lot of the sprites, didn't they? Why are Mayuri's boobs so big? Did you just notice that, Draft? Did you honest to God just notice that? Ferris and Luca must have been waiting. They ran over as soon as they saw us. Ferris Nyan Nyan jumped at me without the slightest hesitation. If you don't look at Mayuri's chest, then how did you notice, Draft? I suppose it makes sense, though, that they're the same. Because you only see Makise Kurisu in flashbacks, so why not reuse the voice clip? A shame, too, because I really did like Mayuri's original VA in the dub for the original series. The dub voice actor in Zero did good, but it just wasn't the same. She was a maid, and Ferris wasn't her real name. I knew her real name, but I didn't call her Ferris at all times. Even when she wasn't working, she'd get mad at me. She was wearing the same outfit she always wore, her work clothes from her job at the maid cafe, May Queen Dawn Squared. Was May Queen going to switch Santa outfits soon?
やめろよ。みんな見てるだろ。
I've tried to pull Ferris off me, but it wasn't working. Maybe I should just steal the cat ears off her head.
いいじゃないかにゃ。京馬とフェイリスの仲だにゃ。
The boobage sizes are ridiculous. I mean, I don't know, it's not bothering me. I don't really care that much. I mean, I don't think it's something to get super fixated over, you know what I mean?
よくない。あと、京馬っていうのもやめてくれって。
I told you Mayuri wasn't always that stacked. Didn't they say that she had, like, pretty like a well-developed chest in Steins Gate? I'm pretty sure they said that multiple times.
なんで
I do feel like Ferris is a lot paler than she was in the original, though.
あの名前は黒歴史だからだ。
Dark past. Net slang, an embarrassing part of your history that you would rather not talk about and that you wish was forgotten. Its origin can be found in certain famous giant robot anime. Yeah, Mayuri's stacked, but the designs are pretty realistic in the original. They look like balloons in Zero for some reason. I don't know. I don't really mind that much. I mean, if you were to hold me at gunpoint, I think I prefer the original Steins Gate art style just because it felt so unique. Especially among anime, where a lot of anime character design and styles are very similar. Steins Gate felt pretty unique for me. So if you were to hold me at gunpoint, I'd say I prefer the original art style.
うにゃ
Ferris looked upset, but I decided to ignore her. Definitely, the character designs in the original was really good. Japanese subtitle anime is the way to go. The original voice acting captures the nuances and emotions of characters better, plus it's a great way to learn Japanese and there's a wider variety of anime available. I agree, Turnus. But more than that, I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. But any dub for, like, almost any anime, just... I'm sorry, dub lovers, but it just sucks. Like, it's just not good. It's just not good. Like, there is good dubs, though. The dub for One Punch Man, I think, is fantastic. If you look at the dub for One Punch Man, it's one of the best dubs that exist for an anime possible. Like, it's really good. Then you have the other side of the spectrum. What dubs normally sound like. The One Piece dub is horrendous. Not the 4Kids dub. The 4Kids dub for One Piece is the best dub of all time. But raise his hand, Steins Gate dub is really fantastic. I've not heard the dub for Steins Gate yet, Ruben. But generally speaking, if a dub is good for an anime, that's usually an exception. Most of it... The thing, I don't know what it is. Because, like, a lot of the voice actors they use for anime dubs are, like, the same voice actors that, like, do really good in cartoons, like, I don't know, like, Regular Show or, like, SpongeBob, or, like... When they do it in, like, cartoons, it sounds natural, but when they go to anime, everything just feels stiff and forced. Like, it sounds like they're trying to voice act. Good voice acting just sounds natural and just sounds like the character. But, like, when they do it for anime, it sounds like they're trying to voice act. Like, that's not good. Mochi. What? No, man. I've never heard Steins Gate's dub, so I don't know. But that's how I feel for, like, a lot of dubs in animes. Oh, you have no idea what you're missing out on. The scripts were well done, and the performances felt natural and true to the characters. I mean, we still have to finish the Higurashi anime. And then we'll probably do Steins Gate. Ferris looked upset, but I decided to ignore her. Kyoma Halloween was part of a past I'd sealed away. I decided to pretend he never existed. He had meddled with the forbidden invention called the time machine, and as a result, the systems that ruled the world had punished him. He dashed the hopes of many, lost the life of someone he cared for, and his heart had suffered grievous wounds. Okay, Rentaro Cope. He must never be awakened again. I didn't need him anymore.
じゃあなんて呼べばいいのかにゃ。
そりゃあ岡部とか。
You've been consuming Higurashi for like a year and a half. I know, man. I really need to just finish with Higurashi.
やっぱりオカリンって呼ぶのが可愛くていいんじゃないかな。
No.
ねえフェリスちゃん。
I will say that Ferris's design in this game is very fitting and like very cute. I think Ferris looks a lot cuter in this game than she did the original Steins Gate. I'm kind of digging it. It is sad that Okabe is choosing to hide that side of himself instead of accepting his part of who he is. Yeah. You really, like... Growing as a person means accepting everything you've been through, honestly. Stop running away, Okabe. By the way, Ferris is what Mayuri calls Ferris. She claimed it was easier to pronounce or something like that.
マユシーが言うならこれからそう呼ぶにゃ。なんだか違和感あるけど。
She looked unsatisfied, but she backed away.
ルカ子も久しぶりだな。
I don't know if I like Lukaku's new design. I think I preferred his old one. I think I preferred Lukaku's old one. I don't know. I'm not really digging this one.
はい。
No, I think I prefer his old one. I think I prefer his old one. That stance right there is cute, though. Lukaku smiled happily. He always looked as beautiful as a pretty girl. But he's a guy. He was a classmate of Mayuri's and could often be seen helping at Yanabayashi Shrine, where his family lived. Okay. A shrine in Akihabara. Cross Manseibashi Bridge, then go down the side street, then go under the bridge there, and you'll see it along the river. Home to many stray cats as well as Luka Urashibara. I probably shouldn't call him Lukaku. Just like I told Ferris not to call me Kyoma. He had his own name, Luka Urushibara. I don't know why that's like tripping me. Wonder how we'll get to the point where he accepts it. Considering in the future video has his whole talk about accepting the past and your experience on the Alpha World line is pretty... See, I don't know how far it'll go into the future, is my thing. Like, will it just show, like, most of it, like, beginning, like, after the events of, like, what happened in Steins Gate? Or will most of it actually take place in the future? Where he's, like, grown or something? I don't know yet. But calling Lukaku Luka after all this time, that'd be really embarrassing.
なんだかとても懐かしいような気がします。僕、時々ラボに顔を出すんですけど、岡部さん、最近あんまり来ていませんよね。
ああ。大学のゼミが忙しいんだ。ATF の準備もあったしな。
Even after that was done, I've been busy with Maho and Dr. Leskinen, and then Amadeus. I hadn't had a chance to rest. But I avoided mentioning that to them.
あと、サークル活動もしてるしな。
サークルに入ったんですか？何の
サークルかにゃ。やっぱり UFO とかユーマとか。
Regarding the dub of Steins Gate, at least you can rest assured that Daru doesn't have that strange, exaggerated, fat otaku character voice like in the Jap original. Dude, that voice is so fucking annoying. I can't. Dude, and it's worse in this game. I don't know I don't know if it's just me. Everyone else says it sounds the same, but he sounds worse in this game. Unidentified mysterious animal. A creature whose existence has not been confirmed by science. Examples include the Loch Ness Monster, the Yeti, or the Japanese Kappa, and Tsuchinoko. The word Uma itself was invented by the Japanese, and no one outside of Japanese will recognize it. Japan. Well, now I will. Unidentified flying object. Usually used to refer to the spacecraft piloted by aliens. This term actually describes any kind of flying object whose nature is unknown. Who do you guys think I am? I guess that's what happens when you return to the same characters after a long time. The original was 2009. Steins Gate 0 came out 2015. No, that's true. I don't know, Ferris sounds pretty much the exact same. I don't know if that's just me, but she sounds the exact same. I guess I hadn't told them then. Mayuri, I'm pretty sure I told her. As the two of them looked at me with the wide eyes, I cracked a knowing smile and puffed out my chest.
テニスサークルだ。
The people around us all turned to stare at Ferris and Luca.
なんでテニスサークルなのかにゃ。
岡部さん、今までテニスなんてやってましたっけ？
初心者に決まっているだろう。
I may not look it, but I'm terrible at sports. No, Okabe, trust me, you look it. I'm confident I'd lose to Mayuri at distance running. Well, considering it's Dara we're talking about, I understand why they're trying to put on that voice again. Would come off different and forced, I guess. Yeah.
じゃあにゃんで。
話せば長くなるんだが、大学のゼミの准教授がテニスサークルの顧問なんだ。それで勧誘された。
一つも長くないにゃ。
いや、まあ聞けって。相手は一応世話になっている人だし、サークルに顔を出してみたんだ。
ふん。
そうしたら、なんと俺にはテニスの才能があるらしくてな。初心者にもかかわらず会員相手に連戦連勝だったんだ。どうだ、大したもんだろ。
はあ。
岡部さんってやっぱりすごいです。
Oh, Luca, you poor, sweet, innocent summer child.
こんなことならプロテニスプレイヤーを目指しておけばよかったかな。
目指せウィンブルドンだね。
ん？どうしたフェイリス？頭でも痛いのか？
どこからどう突っ込めばいいのやら。どう考えてもサークルの会員数を増やすための罠じゃないかにゃ。
はっきり言うなよ。俺もうすうすそうじゃないかと思ってたけど、考えないようにしてるんだから。でもみんないい人ばっかりなんだぞ。
じゃあサークルの練習が忙しいんですね。
いや、練習はあんまりしてないかな。
じゃあ、
Oh,
一体何してるにゃ？
合コンとか。
Shouts filled the whole street, and once again, people turned around to stare.
そんなに驚くことないだろう。俺だって普通の大学生なんだから。
そうですよね。すみません。でも、
Luca was fidgeting like he wanted to say something.
フェイリスというものがありながら他の女の子たちと楽しく合コン許せないにゃ。
Oh man.
勘違いするなよ。俺は女の子なんか別に。
In fact, I was along with the rest of the club. I went along with the rest of the club, but there really wasn't any place for a wannabe normie like myself. Jesus. Normies. People who live satisfying and fulfilled normal lives. Examples are people with lots of friends, or people with girlfriends, or people who spend a lot of time at their school clubs, or who go to parties, or who aren't interested in anime, or who go outside Japan during summer break. Yep. There's no way I could keep up with the conversations that the, well, normal normies had. While the other men and women were having fun, I would just kind of sit there. I put in a link to Steins Gate sub versus dub video showing the difference in general. Oh, nice. A matchmaking party was a challenge far beyond my capabilities. I wasn't going to tell Ferris and Luca that, though.
いいなあ。マユシーもオカリンと合コンしたいのです。
何？
Oh. My Yuri wanted to do what? Is she old enough to be interested in that sort of thing?
だってみんなで楽しくパーティーするんでしょ。
Evidently not. Bro, Kabe, she's 16, she's not a little girl. Oh, man.
間違ってはいないけど、なんだか微妙にニュアンスが違う気がするにゃ。
Yeah, still though, I think that's a little too young to be going to like a college matchmaking party. I think 16's a bit too young. To room Mayushi wants to go to a party. I like Mayushi's eyebrows. I feel like you've said that like about 10,000 times. Either that or 10,001.
場所はラボでいいかな。ルカ君とフェリスちゃんはもちろん参加ね。あとダルくんやナエちゃんやスズさんも。
Mayuri turned to me with a guilty look. Suzu, huh? Suzuha Amane, also known as John Titor, a time traveler from the year 2036. A true warrior who was still fighting even as I was trying my best to give up. I'd barely seen her since summer. I was avoiding her. Part of the reason I'd stopped going to the lab was that she spent all her time there now. Until a month or so ago, just hearing Suzuha's name was enough to cause flashbacks, and it was all I could do to endure them. Flashback, a symptom of post-traumatic stress disorder. Patients who undergone extreme trauma can suddenly, without warning, find themselves reliving the memories of those experiences. Flashbacks can cause symptoms like palpitations and shaking hands and feet. Having a party in the lab sounds like a real good idea. Yeah. Really love this track every time it comes up. A lot of the Steins Gate OST pretty slaps. It was pretty good. I mean, it has to be pretty good, because every time I upload a Steins Gate VOD, I get copyrighted like 17 times. after 3 months, I could finally stand to hear her name. But I didn't think I could keep it together if I met her in person. Of course, it wasn't her fault, and I wasn't blaming her. So I didn't want her to blame me. She'd never come out and said it, but when she looked at me with the razor-sharp glint in her eyes, I felt something like guilt.
あのね、
It's the organization.
ん？
マユシーね、ダル君と一緒に考えてるオペレーションがあるんだ。
オペレーション？
It sounded like something the old me would have done.
っていうと、どんな作戦かにゃ？すずさんを笑顔にしよう大作戦。
Nice.
え？
Why was Mayuri talking about this out of the blue? No, maybe it wasn't out of the blue. She might have been thinking about it for a long time. So I decided to respond as cheerfully as I could.
聞かせてくれよ、マユリ。
マユシーは思うんだ。すずさんって普段は怖いけど本当はすっごく優しい人なんじゃないかなって。ラボにいる時にね、マユシーがソファーでうとうとしちゃうといつの間にかタオルケットがかかってたりするの。すずさんに聞いてもそんなの知らないとしか言わないんだけど。
What? Oh.
あ、僕もそういうことありました。以前お父さんに買い物を頼まれて、その帰りに荷物が重くて困っていたんです。そうしたら天音さんが通りかかって何も言わずに持ってくださったんですよ。
Oh. Sorry, Mayuri, you don't possess the same flair of Ho and Kyoma. The name needs Norse mythology to sound cool. It's the rule. Operation Tor.
へえ、初耳だな。
こんなこと当たり前だから誰にも言うなって。あ、言っちゃいましたけど。
そっか。
In the Alpha World line, she was a tearful girl who smiled at everyone and who loved to go mountain biking. It's interesting they use this CG, because you only get this CG if you went down the Suzuha route. Why does her design look so different? Jesus. I'm gonna say I prefer the original Suzuha design, I'm gonna be honest. Oh shit, not that cursed CG in that route. But in this world line, she wasn't the type who smiled a lot. This was partially due to the way she'd grown up. I'd heard about it third hand from Daru, but because of the universal conscription program that started after World War III broke out, she'd been forced to undergo military training ever since she was in middle school. And after that, she'd joined up with the anti-government forces and gotten caught in a terrible struggle. After that, he said, she'd never really smiled.
だからね、すずさんを本当の笑顔にしたいのです。
なるほどな。
で、具体的には何をするのかにゃ？クリスマスパーティーだよ。クリスマスパーティー？
I don't know, the sprite looks pretty cool. Of course, it doesn't feel as safe as Suzuha's original. It's not bad, but I prefer the original. We all spoke in unison.
ぐクリスマスでしょ。すずさんね、そういうパーティーをやったことがないんだって。だからマユシーはすずさんにそれをプレゼントしようと思ってるんだ。
Barris and Luca nodded at almost the exact same time.
その話乗ったにゃ。
僕も。
ありがとう。オカリンも参加してくれる？
そうだな。
Oh. Come on, Ocarin. I wonder which path Mochi will stumble on first.
ダメかな。
The sad one, the extra sad one, or the super sad one? Man, that's just depressing.
俺はともかく鈴葉が嫌がるんじゃないか。
Don't forget the depression one. Those are all the same thing! There's never going back to the past. I still couldn't forget the look on Suzuha's face when I told her that. It was an expression filled with anger and despair. She must have felt like her last, most desperate hope was crumbling away right in front of her eyes. You thought OG was sad you ain't seen nothing yet. The words she'd said to me then were still sharp thorns lodged in my heart.
鈴葉は俺を嫌ってるし。
I'm kidding! There's the one filled with anguish and torment too. Come on, man.
マユシーはそうは思わないよ。すずさんはね、オカリンを怒っちゃったこと後悔してるんじゃないかな。その気持ちを素直に言えないんだと思うのです。
そうだろうか。
きっとそうだよ。
I couldn't turn her down after Mayuri said that.
わかった。少し考えてみるよ。
ところで岡部さん。
There was a bit of hesitation in Luca's voice.
診察はどうでしたか？
Evidently, Luca had heard about my counseling for Mayuri. Maybe he didn't want to see me because he was worried about how it went. I guess I'm making Lukaku and Ferris worry too. In this world line, they hadn't joined the lab, but even so, they were still dear friends. Okay. The lab members. This term referred to the official members of the Future Gadget Laboratory, and anyone who's been given the designation has free access to the lab. Lab members are given numbers in the order that they joined.
催眠療法というのは初体験だったが、なかなか興味深かったな。
I wonder how that feel to come from the future in the hopes of meeting the past self with this mysterious figure who led your resistance group, only to find him a sad, broken man. I mean, you can't really blame him though. Like, he's been through a lot. Like, probably too much for him to bear at this point. So, you can't really blame him, you know?
俺は今まで催眠術なんかにはかからないと思ってたよ。
I doubt any of us could have went through what Okabe did. I doubt it.
かかっちゃったんですか？
見事にな。
Draft key coping.
そういうルカニャンも催眠術とかすぐにかかりそうだにゃ。
そんな。
確かに速攻でやられるだろうな。
Luca would believe anything you told him. feel like it's one of those situations where you tell yourself that you can handle it, but then you actually experience it, and whether or not you could handle it changes. Yeah. Anyway, there was no point in standing around forever. What the... There we go, do this. I was getting hungry, and it was time to find some place to eat.
なあ、お前たち何が食べたい？おごるぞ。
We decided to head toward Yodobashi. There are a lot of restaurants there, so it was perfect.
やったにゃ超なじゃなくてオカリン太っ腹にゃん。
ありがとうございます。
何食べようかな。唐揚げかな。
ジューシー唐揚げ？
マユシーはそればっかりにゃん。
I walked behind the three of them, and I thought to myself, what would it be like if Carissa were here? I tried my hardest to forget for the past few months not to think about her, but was it because of my experience yesterday that I did anyway? The expressions and little mannerisms I'd seen yesterday. The voice, the way she'd walked. I remembered. I remembered my conversation with her.
岡部倫太郎さん。はじめまして、牧瀬クリスです。
Alright, I'm gonna end it there for today. It's been about 2 hours, so not bad. I'm just gonna try to raid Leah. Raid Leah.
No!
I know, you guys love me. Did Leah change her name? I feel like it's like damn near every day, so. What's Leah's new name? Oh yeah, it's Autumn Leah. Let's have a good one. You too, man. Raid. Odd. Oh god damn it. How do I spell autumn? Oh, thank you. I guess I spelled it wrong again. Raid. Autumn. Leah. There we go. Alright. This is the... Wait, no, that's wrong. Oh, wait, no. That's not the person. Well, let me just type in the right message first. This is the greatest bear raid of all time. And then I gotta take a really close look at her name. Hold on. Okay. That should be right? Why does it not show her profile picture though? Whatever. Alright, gonna go ahead and raid Leah. Hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye!